studio once the HANA studio, maybe 3 tabs are left, 3 or 4. Once the studio administration is left, the remaining topics which are coming, those are the very important. HANA studio administration means everybody will go to the tab, overview tab, landscape tab, and alerts tab, performance tab. The first 4 tabs we discussed: online, overview, landscape, alerts, performance. These 4 tabs are very, very important. The next one we will get the configuration tab. So, and configuration tab, system information tab, and diagnosis tab. So these are the very, very important tabs here. Why? Because tomorrow someone asks you where to check the HANA processor up and running or not. Are there any issues? Where to check it out? In the landscape tab. Where can I check the HANA version information? In the overview tab. Where can I check the CPU, memory, file system, space utilization, everything? HANA. In the overview tab. So where can you check the, if any issues, where can you go ahead and troubleshoot the issues? Performance tab. So what is mean by session and thread? When you log into the system, one session is you logged into the one session. You are logging means one session. Then after that session, you will open the multiple tabs, multiple things. That is called the threads. Multiple threads, you will open it here. It is called the threads here. Sessions and threads. So then if you want, if something is wrong, we can cancel that sessions also. We can cancel that sessions. We can cancel that sessions simply easily we can cancel it. That sessions we can cancel it. So but some sessions cannot be cancelled, so that one we cannot do. Some sessions we can cancel it. So that is the thing we can say. So one more thing is, so how many ways we can stop and start? Studio level we can stop it. HANA OS level also we can use the commands HDB stop, HDB start. So we can stop and start the databases. Right? So here the one more thing is important thing is after the performance tab. So we can see it about the one more. So configuration tabs, and so configuration tabs, some other tabs will come. So those tabs will be, suppose in SAP level, how we are doing the SAP level. If you want to do the any default changes, normally SAP side, if you want to do the configuration changes or anything, we have the profiles concept RZ10 and RZ11. There we will go ahead and do the changes about the profiles and parameters, everything we will do the changes here, right? We will do the changes in this list here. So here, so is same HANA level also. If anything you want to change, any parameter, any timeout parameter, anything, if you want to change it here, the default configurations or anything, you have to come to the here. You need to change it to the in this list here. You need to come, you need to change the list of things here. Now see, HANA started, you got the prompt. Now if you open the HDB space info, you will get the list of HANA databases status here. Then free-g, then memory status 7 GB is used now, right? So now if we go to the HANA here, now we can see, so the status here, CPU utilization always be red. So that's fine. Performance tab, issues and everything. So volume tab is here to check the volumes. Volumes means, so your data volume, log volume, trace volume, this portion. So this portion here we can check the whether the log, because why the data is getting filled up in the data volumes, log volume. So those things we can check. What is the free space? What is the maximum space? All those things we can check it out here. So that is called the volume tab here. Volumes means the storage. So slash and a data volume, slash and a log volume, trace volume. What is the, how much MB? What is the size? What is the free? What is the used? All the information we can see it in the volume tab here. Volume tab we can find out here. Volume tab here, right? So that is the one thing about the volumes. So our voice level also we can check it out the, so if you use the df-h command, it will give the clear information here. 72 GB used here. In that cd slash HANA and data, how much it is used here. So du-sh sg, du-sg star, then we will get the information du-su sh star, then so we will get the some information how much GB used by the each and every folder under the data, 6 GB, 7 GB, 8 GB, 8 GB, then all the information you will get it from here, right? So commands, total file system commands and everything here, right? So here you can also see the studio level also we can find out the some information, what is the used file MB level, total and disk size 240, 250 GB, in that what is the used one, what is the available disk percentage here. So all the information we got it here, right? So this is the volume tabs here. Then when you go to the configuration tab, configurations. So in the system level, we want to change any parameter, any timeout parameter, any parameters, HANA related parameters, anything you want to change it, you have to go to the configuration tab. So there we have to do the changes here. So normally we have SAP level default profile parameter, instance profiles, but here we have the INI files. Suppose if you want to do the some changes in the compile server, then you can go to the compile server.ini, daemon server.ini, global.ini, index server.ini, name server.ini. So anything if you want to change it, you have to come to the system DB, you need to do the changes here. So any changes of the tenants, so or you have to do it from the system DB itself only. Why? Because system DB is the owner which will manage the tenants. So anything if you want to restrict it, memory restrictions or anything, you want to put here, you want to do the changes in the configuration tab only here. So how can we know what parameters we have to change it? SAP will tell you. As per your version, SAP will tell you which parameters you have to change it and all the information you will get it out. So based on that, you can change the values here. Sir, in this, there are a lot of INA files are there. It's not the straightforward how to check it out here. So they will give you the navigation. You have to go to the global.ini, something like that, memory manager, something like that. They will give you the information based on that. You have to go and you have to do the changes here, right? So like that, you have to do the changes here. So suppose example, there are some frequently used parameters, HANA configure, HANA memory parameters, HANA memory, some frequently used parameters here for every company. So that is called the HANA memory parameter. That is called the GAL, global allocation limit, right? So statement memory limit, statement underscore memory limit, then so statement memory limit underscore threshold. So there are some parameters, global allocation parameter, statement memory limit underscore memory limit parameters. So these parameters are which will control the memory usage. Suppose you don't want to, suppose you can see it here, there is a tenant database here in the tenant database. You don't want to assign all those things to the your tenant databases here, right? So see here, let me show you. So suppose there is a restriction. So what is in this tenant databases using the most memory, you want to restrict it. Your operating system memory is the 35 GB. In that 35 GB, 25 GB you want to assign to the one HANA database here, right? So remaining 10 GB should be free here. Like that, there is a requirement. In that case, how to restrict the memory usage here? How to restrict the memory usage here? To restrict the memory usage here, we need to go to the configuration tab. In the configuration tab, we need to do the changes here. In the configuration tab, we have to do the some changes here. What changes here? Parameter changes. We have to do the some parameter changes. So to to perform these changes to restrict the memory usage and everything, we have to do the changes here. Okay. So that is the configuration changes we have to do this kind of changes here. So, but where we have to change it here. So everything, either tenant related, all the settings, we have to do it from the configuration tab itself only, from the configuration tab. So in the configuration tab of the system DB, you can change it. You can change it for the system DB and tenants also you can change it here. Directly you cannot do the changes in the system tenant databases only. So here you have to change it. Now you see, so for tenant, this is using the 31 GB memory. It is using out of 35, 31 GB. So I don't want to use the 31 GB also. I want to restrict it here. Then in this case, there is a global.ini memory manager. We have to change it, but I don't know the navigation. Then I can do so global allocation, global allocation limit like that. So I am just so choosing the, I am just searching it here. I'm filtering the command here so that all the parameters will be displayed here. All the parameters will be displayed here. So global allocation limit. Let me show you global. Yeah, so if you suppose global, all the global related parameters will come with including their values also here. So you need to completely type global. So allocation, so limit, global allocation limit here. See here in the global.ini memory manager, there is a global allocation limitation parameter. This was set to the 0. Set to the 0 means unlimited. Unlimited means so almost all the memory you have to use it. No, I don't want to use it. I want to use only 25 GB. Then you can just mention the 25 GB into MB. You can convert it. You can just click on the save button. So automatically, so the value got changed here, right? So then you can go to the here, you can go to the tenant DB, now 31 GB, right? Just click on the refresh button here. Now this value will be changed here. The value will be changed to the 25 GB. Like this, the value will be changed here, right? The value will be changed here. So now it is getting refreshed. So this is the way we have to change the parameter values here. This is the way we have to change. So means HANA will use from 0 to 24, 24.25 GB only. After 25 GB, HANA will get restarted. Why? Because there is no lack of memory. There is no memory due to lack of memory, HANA will be restarted. Due to the lack of memory, HANA will be so restarted here. Due to lack of memory, HANA will be restarted here. So that's the reason. So 25 GB will be used here. So where you restricted here, the parameters in the configuration tab. In the INA files, we have done the changes here. In the INA files, we have done the changes here. You can see, go to the global.ini. Here you have changed the thing here. So like that, any parameter you want to change it here. So this is the place in the configuration tab. We can change it here. Sir, how can we know means? So Teams or SAP or some notes will tell you which parameters, how to change it. The only thing is you need to know where to change it and how to change it here. So they will provide the list of parameter now. So then you can go to the otherwise, just you can expand it. Suppose if you want to change the backup related, configuration related, from memory related, SQL related, if you want to do the any changes here, so we can do the changes here. We can do the changes here, right? So global.ini. So then memory manager, the memory manager, these are the global allocation limit, then statement memory limit. So it's a -1, which means by default is the -1 means unlimited. So means any SQL statement will consume the unlimited memory from the HANA database. No, I don't want to unlimited memory. SQL statement will consume the more memory means system will go hung status. So we need to put it. Any SQL statement will use only 2 GB memory. Then you can maintain the, so 2 GB memory, you can maintain it here so that that value will be affected. The value will be affected here. That is what we have to do it here, 2 GB, right? So like this, we can change it here. So threshold, 90% threshold or total memory. So here the list of parameter, their values are there here. So in case of, if we want to do the changes here, in case of, if we want to do the changes of the HANA systems here we can, this is the place where configuration tab, here we need to change the all the so parameters of the HANA. Anything if you want to change the HANA, this is the place here. So then how can we know whether these parameters are required the restart or not. But because parameters means SAP level, we'll do the restarts. We'll do the restarts here. We'll do the restarts of the, so we'll do the restart of the SAP things and everything. We'll do the restarts here. But here, how can we know here? How can we know the parameter changes and everything here? So to know here, there are the multiple ways here. Either in the public site, SAP site also we can find out. If we go to the here, if we go to the here we can say, so if we go to the here we can see uh, uh, like, so there is a one URL here, Anna, there is a one URL. So in this URL, we can find out whether Anna, if you do the parameter changes, Anna restart is required or not. We can find out. We can find out in the sites. We can find out here. So SAP HANA parameter changes. So I forgot that site name. So there is a m underscore configuration files also we can change it here. So there is a one SAP standard site here. There if you put the parameter name, if you mention the parameter name here, so we can do the changes here. There is a value. So just go to that site, just maintain, just give the parameter name, click on the enter button. It will tell you the true or false. It will give the true or false here. So based on that, so we can check it out. So whether this required the parameter restart or not here. Maybe this will give the information. Let's see. There is a site. This is the site here. So this is the link. help.sap.com docs. Okay. So this is the site. So here you can see the list of parameters are available here. You can see the list of parameters are available here. So if you click that one parameter, suppose like you can see unrelated, all the parameters are there. Suppose one parameter here. Suppose like what we can see. So global allocation parameter, right? Just you can search it here, right? You can search here global underscore allocation underscore limit, global allocation limit. Okay, just click this parameter. Just this is the site. You don't require any as user ID. Directly open this site. This one here, it will give you the any parameter. It will give you the so true or false. Restart required true or false here. So if you observe it true, see here restart required or not. So false, which means we don't require to do the false restart. So because it's a false, which means so you no need to do the false. This is also false. So this is also false. Only few parameters are true. That time we need to do the restart of the HANA database. So you can do the parameter changes, then do the restart after the business hours or so whenever we have the off business hours, so that time we can do the restarts here. That time we can do the restarts here. That is called the global data and parameter changes here. Any parameter changes, we have to do it in the here in the INA files. These INA files are very important here, right? So otherwise, if you don't know the param where to change it, here type it in the filter command. You will tell this. Suppose I want to change the time mode parameter. I don't know the path. Just enter the time mode, right? Idle session timeout parameters. Idle session timeout parameters. Here there is a session timeout parameters are there here. So if you want to do some changes here, idle session timeout parameter here you can see 1440. I want to change it to the 2 hours 60 120 minutes. 120 minutes. So means in the 2 hours, if any session is not active, automatically, so will the inputs how can give the results. So if you give that one, it will give the results here, right? So if you put the any value, any input, without any input, how can it give the results? Here we are giving the input, right? So just here the filter command timeout we are giving, then this is giving the information timeout, 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 timeout. So all the parameters give. So here we can find out, okay, this is the correct parameter. So then we have changed the value of this parameter value here. So like this, so we can do the parameter changes in the HANA databases here. So rare cases, as and when required, any request from the client or customer or teams to do the some tuning of the HANA databases. So databases, here is the place in the system DB, the configuration tab. So directly you can come to the here, you can do the, you can control the HANA databases, all the HANA controlling parameters. We can do the changes in the configuration tab. In the configuration tab, we can do the changes here, right? That is the one. So,
Same.
right,
So same RZ11 and RZ10. Same
right.
like that. We have the temporary and permanent, dynamic and
Yes,
static
yeah,
parameter.
right.
Okay. They will be available. So if the client asks us to change a parameter, we can search here na in the
Yeah, we
filter
can
tab.
set it. So directly can come to the here. What parameter is given? Suppose like statement, I don't know, statement. Suppose like you know only statement. You remember
Okay.
only statement. Then you can search it out. All the okay, statement related, all the parameters are available here. Which parameter? So he is asking,
Okay.
okay, statement limits, then statement count, statement memory, statement type, what parameter he is asking. If you know the full parameter, just you can put it out here. Otherwise, if you know the full parameter, then we have this site, so help.sap.com, here configuration parameter, there you can, there also you can check here. So whether it's restart, suppose if customer asked you, this is the parameter, you have to do the changes, can you check whether this is restarted, this required the restart or not here. Then in this case here, you need to get the, what is the parameter name. Okay, this is the parameter name. So then go to the your SAP system here, then put it out. So then see Cyper source. Okay, it's already set. You do the changes, then what is the restart required option? False. Then you no need to restart the system. It will be affected immediately.
Whether it is a dynamic parameter, then only we'll take the restart, right?
Right. If it is set to the true, true means
Ah,
restart required, true means yes. So then we have to do the restarts.
okay.
Sir, I have one question here.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah. So, like, for example, if we are setting this global allocation limit, okay, and for this, like, restart is not required, right? But suppose, like, when we take the system restart, like DB restart, okay, so
Hmm.
maybe for maintenance or something else, so then it will be reset to default value, right?
No, it
So,
won't reset actually. It won't reset. It will be, it won't reset. It will be stay
okay,
permanent
so
only. Here there is
okay,
no
so
dynamic
even
relate.
after restart,
Yeah,
even after DB restart, it will be like
same,
the value which you have given, right?
same. Yeah.
Okay.
Means there
But
is no
in
dynamic.
SAP,
Yeah,
okay,
SAP we
okay.
have the options, static and dynamic. So,
Mhm.
but here there is no dynamic parameters.
Okay,
Everything
just
is a
true and
permanent,
false, right?
true
Okay.
and false only. Just only thing you need to, if you do the restart, the value will be affected or not. If you don't do the restart, so value will be static or dynamic. So which means, so you have to change the parameter. Sometimes the value immediately it won't affect. Why? Because you
Okay.
need to do the restarts. Sometimes you do the restart, just click on the refresh. Sometimes you just change the parameter, click on the just refresh button, immediately the value will be changed. So this is the, so dynamic parameter, no need to do the restart. Without restart also, this will be affected. After the restart
Okay.
also, the value will be the same only.
Okay. Okay. And what are the other options to change this parameter from OS
OS
level or
level,
from SAP?
operating system level also, we can do the changes. Operating system level, we can go to the OS level.
Okay.
So that I will explain it, but now I can explain it. So OS level, there is a, so global directory. Okay, CD, SR. There is a topic, I will explain it, ESR SAP. So file system topic, HDH. So there sys global HDB custom config. You need to remember all those things. Path, full path. There you can see INI files are there. INI files. You need to do the changes in the INI files here. Now you done the changes of the memory limit. So
Yeah,
it got
it's in
changed.
global. Yeah.
It got updated. See here, it got updated. Today's date. Now itself only it got updated today's date. So which means if you do directly do the changes of the OS level, the value will be affected, or we can go to the console studio. Here also you can do the changes. Do the here, immediately the changes will happen here, right? So otherwise you can see it here. Go to the more. That's why we discussed more command, cat commands and everything here. So you done the changes, global memory limits and global allocation limit 25,000, statement memory limit 2 GB, like that you done the changes here, right? So those changes are recorded here. So whenever stopping and starting, it will refer these files and it will do the changes here. So if you do the changes here, suppose vi command, so not here. I'm doing the voice level changes to see whether this will impact. To go to the vi command. That's why we initially discussed about the commands. So now I don't want to give the 25 GB. I want to give the only 20 GB to this database 20 into 1024. Just check it out. WQ exclamatory. Now you have done the changes at OS level here, right? Now we can come to the here. So now we can come to the here. Just click on the refresh button and see the value will be affected or not here, right? So it will be refreshing here. So here, yeah, I think we have to change from here itself only. The value is not getting impacted here. Voice level changes. So means restart. If you do the restart, it will be impact. So, but this parameter is the restart false. Means we have to change it from here. Immediately the value will be affected. So let me see. Configuration. Global location. 25 GB. Yeah, here it's not changed. So because you need to do the restarts. You need to do the restarts here. Now if you change it, it will be updated automatically in the operating system level. Operating system level, it will be updated.
Yes, sir, they should be done for tenant DB only, right? Or
No, system parameter changes, we have to do it from the system DB only. Why? Because system DB is the master, it will manage the all the tenants. So few parameters we have to change it from the system DB, and system DB maximum all the parameters we have to change it from the system DB only. So if you
but
change
for
it,
example, like if we have two tenants in one system DB, then we have to allocate, for example, in total we have 200 GB, and
then you need to, you will get the databases concept. You will get the one more tenant database here. Just you need to select that database, that one database. Then just you can allocate the 20 GB for this tenant, then 500 GB for that tenant. Just value. Just
okay.
you will get the values here.
Okay, so, but they should be done in system DB only.
Yeah,
Okay,
system
got it.
DB only. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Tenants have to manage by the owner, right? In apartment, tenants all the managed by the owner. Owner means system DB, ground floor. So one ground floor, multiple tenants. So everything system DB has managed. So what is the, sorry, here every data, all the data is residing in the tenant databases only. All the applications users will log into the tenant databases only. Why? Because index server is there in the tenant databases. So all the data will resides in tenant database. So all the connections, users, so everything will be in the tenant database only. So wherever the data is there, applications also will connect it. Then what is the advantage of the system DB here unnecessarily, right? There is no data in the system DB, right? Why? Because system DB, there is no index server, there is no data. Only business data will be in the tenant database, the two, and we have the index server. So then what is the advantage of system DB? System DB will this type of advantage, like, so managing the all the tenants can be done using the system DB only. Managing the all the tenants, we have to do it using from the system database only. So if you want to stop the tenant database from system database only, we need to stop it. There is an option, right click. So then you will get the option to stop and start here. Stop, restart everything, all the databases, right? You are here directly in the tenant, you won't get any option here. There is no option of the tenant stop and stop it here. So if you want to control the tenant databases, controlling or managing, controlling changes of the tenant databases, we have to do it from the system DB itself, system database itself, we have to do it here, right? So that is the thing we need to do that one. Okay. So that is the configuration tab here. The next one is so here that is called the system information tab. So system information means it will give the some information about your system here. Instead of, suppose you need some reports, you need some connections, so it will give you the reports, some kind of reports here. You need to know how many connections are there in your system here. Just right click on the it's system information, means there is a your system related details. Some reports will be generated here. We click on the connection information, so data will be generated. How many connections are initiated in your system, that will be generated here. That will be there here. How many clients host so connected in the FAB system, how many connections are opened, how many records you are getting filled, is it local or remote connection type. So all the information will be generated. You can save as a text file or word file, then you can send it to the your manager here. Sometimes one of your manager is asking the question like, can you provide the list of tables which are there, the tables and the table sizes. So predefined SQL statements here. In this case, you need to go to the here. He is asking the size of the tables on the disk here. So just select an OK button. So then you will get the list of tables and their sizes here. What is the schema name? What is the table name? What is the disk size? All the information you will get it out from here. Just you can download, save as a file, right? So sometimes you may get the request saying that, so multiple type of request, you will get it out here. Right? So here you can go to the here, we can do the restarts, right? For the other restart, we can check it out. So it's kind of some reports generating from the system, some just generating the some reports from the systems using this one. Suppose your manager asked you to can you check the what is the workload here? Then there is a predefined statements are there. Just click on the execute. Then data will be displayed here. Data will be displayed here. So like this, we can generate the some data. So he's asking, he's asked you to send the list of transactions details. Then we can just show, it will execute it. It will show the what are the current transactions which are active, what is the connection ID, what exactly they are doing, and all those things we can see it here. When the connection is in, all the information we can see it here. So system information means it kind of some information from the your database level, transactions, sessions, threads, what is the used memory in the table. In the memory, how many tables are there, what is the memory usage level, right? So that information also we can pull it from the table level here. Execute, we can also get from the execute. We can also get it executed here, right? We can also get it executed from here. See here, total how much memory, it's MB. So 864, 869 MB. So it's MB. So how much time it's taken for to get the data here? 2 seconds. So if it is other databases, it may take some time to pull the reports and everything, right? If it's a Oracle or SQL server, it may take some time to get the data and everything. But in the HANA, we will get the there are some predefined system information statements are there, which will generate the some useful commands here. If you want to know the blocked transactions, then in this case, if the blocked transactions means we have to go to the performance tab. Here we can go to the blocked transactions. You will see it here any blocked transactions are not. Instead of going this one, you can go to the here, just to go to the here, right click and just click on the execute button. It will show the blocked transactions here. right? Any transactions are there, it will give the blocked transaction numbers and everything here, right? So that's why it's a kind of some predefined SQL statement, size of the tables, transactions, some predefined statements are will be available in the statements here, right? System information, just for to getting the some detailed information about the your system here. Otherwise, you want to manually check, you can go to the here, you can go to the here, you can get the alerts, all the information you can find out from here. So that is the system information. Next one is the diagnosis files, error log files, diagnosis here. So if we have some diagnosis, what we will do, we will go to the doctor will write the some prescription to get to do the diagnosis. Then in the prescription, he will do the some lab testing, some test reports, blood test or whatever. He will review the reports and he will write the some medicine. Same as like here. So here you will see the reports. So means log files here. So this is the tenant. That's why you see the index server only the access engine related log files here. You want to see what's happening in the my index server. So what is happening with the my access engine here? Why it is taking time? Why there is a dump? So each and everything there is a trace files are there. It is kind of trace files here, diagnosis files here. Here we can check it out the what's happening with the my system, why it is delay, why what is happening, why it is error, why it is inactive, why ANA is very slow. You can find out the some information here. Who used it what is the username. So all the information we can see it from here. All the information we can get it from here. That is called the diagnosis files information, right? Diagnosis files information here. So access engine, index server, trace file. So if you open this trace files, you will get the some information. You will get the some information about the your system, right? So how the system is behaving. Index server is the main. So if you open the index server log file, so what's happening with the index server, right? So are there any critical errors in the index server? By checking these log files, you can see it here. So what's happening in my index server and all the details we can see it here. All the details we can get the information from here, right? So that is called the index server related details. Index server related details we can see it here. Okay, this is the diagnosis file. Not only index server, sir, name server. What about means that is in the tenant databases. You go to the tenant, sorry, system DB. Then there you have the all the information is available here. How the DIME server, how the daemon, how the preprocessor, web dispatcher, compile server is behaving. Are there any errors? So suppose index server is not starting or name server is not starting, just you can open the trace file, then you can see it here. So what's happening here? Can see it here. What is the error message here getting here? So there is a error message here. There is a time p thread, some error messages here. You can see it here. So name server trace. So name server here. So here you can see the name server. So you can get the information, no information are suspended, failed in suspended, no information available. So you can see it here. You can check the logs. The mainly if you keep on reading it here, so where we have the error information, so we can just take this out to the one notepad. We can just if you search it out, the what information and everything we can find out. So here failed and suspended. Job worker threads. Job threads are got failed. So suspended. So frequently it's giving the error. So there is a some error called reachable deadline. There is a error messages here. So by checking this log file, we can find out the what is causing the issue. In case of if we are not sure, then copy it, then we can browse it. So we will get the some clues here, what's happening with my database here. So if we search it out, SAP definitely they will release the some information about this one. So let's see here, attacks error. So some SAP related bugs, deadlocks. So something like that, they will release, they will, so they will step up issues. This is not the issue, some deadlock related. So if it is the issue, we will get some clues here in the SAP. Based on that, we can fix the issue here, right? So this is some log information. Why? Because in the system, database means collection of all these process. If all these process are running correctly, that's fine. But what they are doing, what this process are doing, so each and every process responsibility is different. If this process are doing so work correctly, then definitely we may not face any issues here, right? Sometimes what happens due to the memory issue, some other issues, this process will go dead status. So then we need to check why it got error, why it went to the dead status. We need to check the logs to understand what happened. So that is the reason here, the diagnosis files will help you to figure it out what caused the issue and everything here, right? So if it is index server names or each and every action will written here, right? If this action, this is handling backend, this is handling something means it will write the log file here, log file here. That information will be write it here. So that by checking this one, we can monitor. So what's happening with the my HANA database and all those things here. So this trace directory, these diagnosis files are very important here. So normally, instead of checking here, we will check the operating system level. We have the one command at operating system level. We will go to there, they will check it out. So I will explain it tomorrow how to check it out. OS level file systems here, which files are there in the operating system level. So I can explain on that area. Okay. So we can practice for now. So system information, configuration, and diagnosis files here. So I will send you some list of commands here, list of parameters. So you can start doing the changes and do the final reboot once done. Okay. So then I will share the list of parameters which you have to change it, the respective value, parameter name and value. Then you can change it accordingly so that our database will be stabilized. No, we will not face any issues here. Okay. I will share the details. Any questions, anyone?
Sir, hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.